Hello. I hope this finds you well. Today I wanted to talk about a mistake that well-meaning parents make that might be solving one problem and creating another. My name is Jessica Silverman. I'm the owner of Parenting with Clarity and the facilitator of the free Facebook group Insightful Parents. And I am passionate about helping parents of toddlers through tweens address challenging behaviors using positive and respectful tools so that they can build stronger relationships with their children, end those dreaded power struggles, and support the development of important life skills. So what is that mistake that parents make that can be solving one problem and creating another? It's when parents use some type of reward or some type of bait to get their child to do something and then never follow through or have no intention of following through with that promise or that bait. And I wanted to share a specific story. I was with a family the other day, supporting a family, and mom and dad were both home, and their 2-year-old was playing. And he was having a great time playing with cars and moving them up and down a ramp and just having a great time. And while he was playing, he pooped. Everybody poops, right? He pooped. And of course, his parents don't want him to sit in a soiled diaper because none of us want our children to sit in a dirty diaper. And they wanted to have his diaper changed so he can be clean and then resume his play. And so when his parents asked him to come get his diaper changed, he ignored them. He didn't do anything. He didn't move. He just continued to play. So then dad reaches down and he tries to pick his son up. And what does he do? This little guy does nothing. He is dead weight. He's not moving for anyone or anything. And then the dad's like, all right, I have an idea. I know what my son likes. My son loves to go outside. My son loves to play and run around outside. And the one thing the dad does to indicate that he's going to go outside is his dad shakes his keys. And so this little guy knows that when dad shakes his keys, that means it's time to go outside. Dad shakes his keys. Soon after, this little guy stands up. He goes towards his dad, who's close to the door leading to the outside. And dad picks him up, brings him upstairs, changes his diaper, and comes back down. So, do you want to guess what this child did, what this little guy did when he came back downstairs? Do you think he just continued what he was doing before, playing with the cars and having a great time? What do you think? I had a feeling I knew what this guy was going to do. And in this situation, I was right. He went right to the door. He went to the door because that's what he thought he was doing. He went to the door because his dad shook his keys, and that means going outside, and this kid loves to go outside. So yes, his parents were able to his dad was able to change his diaper, and there was no resistance and no fighting changing the diaper, but this little guy was not able to go outside. And every time we tried to bring him to do something else, he went right back to the door. And he starts getting a little weepy and he starts whining. And so now we've created a new situation has been created. So yeah, he was resisting the diaper, didn't want to do that. And now all he wants to do is go outside. sometimes I don't think we give our kids enough credit that they actually remember things that we say to them or entice them with. They don't forget. Even at age 2, they don't forget. And I could tell Mom was getting really frustrated, and I could see this situation escalating into something that could have been avoided. Not only was this little guy going to the front door, he was also problem solving. So he went to the kitchen, not to get something to eat. He knew that in the kitchen, there's another door that leads to the outside. So, pretty savvy kid, trying to get what he wants. And who can blame him, right? Who can blame him? And so these well-meaning parents trying to just change his diaper so he's not sitting in dirt in his dirty soiled diaper created another situation. And this is not about blaming them or shaming these parents. It's not. It's about just raising our awareness, recognizing that some of our actions are not teaching our children really what we want to teach them. And that is the first step of being more positive and peaceful and respectful, is to just be aware, to be more conscious, to be more mindful of our actions and how they can impact our children. Because we have to think about, what are we teaching our children with our actions? In this case, we are teaching our children certain things, like we can be sneaky. If we're sneaky, we can get someone to do what we want. We're also teaching our children that it's okay to be dishonest, to not tell the truth. And 3, we're teaching our children not to trust us because we don't follow through with what we say we're going to do. And that is not the intention. And I know that was not this father's intention. And yet those are the lessons that we are teaching our child in that moment. Now, if we could turn back time, I think a lot of us would want to turn back time. Things that we've said or done that we wish we didn't do. Unfortunately, we can't turn back that rewind button. The good thing is, those situations are going to show up again. That child who resists getting his diaper changed, the one who refuses to brush his teeth, put the seatbelt on, those things that we want our children to do, these things that are non-negotiables, that keep our children safe. You know, these are the things that show up all the time. And often, if we don't address it in the most effective way, we're going to run into problems over and over again. So I think it's important to be clear or understand why children don't listen, why children resist doing things that we know are so important for them. So I just wanted to go over a few of those things. One of the reasons why our children don't listen is because their agenda is different than ours. They don't see the importance or the value in what we're asking them to do. The other thing is, they could be avoiding something that they really don't like to do. Because who wants to get a diaper changed when you could be playing with cars? And some kids don't really mind sitting in a dirty diaper. If it's brushing teeth, some kids they don't like brushing their teeth, or they don't see the value in brushing teeth. Maybe they've never had a cavity before. Maybe they've never even been to the dentist before. So they don't see the value. They could just be really interested in doing something else and not want to do what you're asking them to do. So there are a number of reasons why our children don't listen. So what can we do instead? Instead of enticing our children with keys that indicate that we're going outside or some type of reward, carrot, some type of bait. One thing is to meet our children where they are. Get down to our child's level. Join our child in what he's doing in the moment. And that could be playing cars with the little one. Next, we want to state what needs to be done. It's time to get your diaper changed. It's time to brush your teeth. It is time to do your homework. And if your child resists, acknowledge the feeling that shows up. I can tell you really don't want to do that. I can tell that you would much rather play with your cars or play with your computer game or talk to your friends. And I really need you to do this. Another thing you can do is give choices. Our children like to feel that they have some control, some power. And by giving them choices, you're setting some boundaries, and yet they are getting some control as to how things will go down. We have to change your diaper. Do you want to bring the car with you or the ball? We have to change your diaper. Do you want to run upstairs together or should we hop like bunnies? Giving them choices. And the other thing is just to make it fun as possible. Maybe you create a routine where you play a fun song while you're brushing teeth together. I don't know. It's important to be creative. And the thing with kids is they're human beings. And there's not one thing that's going to help all of the time. And we can't expect one thing to help all the time and to get our children to listen each and every time. That's why it's important to have different tools to pull from. So that is what I wanted to share today. I hope that you found it helpful. I'd love to hear your thoughts. Feel free to share them in the comments below. Or you can start a conversation in the free Facebook group, Insightful Parents. That's a more intimate environment where you can share your wins, your struggles, ask questions, and get support. Let's be the teachers, the guides, the coaches that our children need to become their best selves, to thrive. When we parent with clarity, we bring our family's needs into focus, and we can experience more joy as a parent. Until next time, take care. Bye-bye.